Hello, Mr. Alatorre. My name is Brady and I'm taking this class through CCC. I attend Comanche High School, and this is my persuasive speech. Hello, my name is Brady and today I'm going to be talking about why catfishing is better than pan fishing or any other kind of fishing. I prefer to catfish because I think it is more rewarding. When you catch a catfish, there are a number of things that make it more rewarding. The first thing being it puts up a better fight than something like a bluegill or a crappie. Catfish are typically much larger, so they will put up more of a fight. They'll give you more resistance, they'll jerk around more, and they're harder to reel in, making for a better time. Another reason that they are better is because they are bigger and you get more meat off of them. My goal in fishing is to get a big fish and get a nice fillet off it so I have something to eat for like a fish fry or just for dinner. Catching panfish, you need a lot more panfish to equal one fillet off of a catfish, because catfish range anywhere between 1 pound to 60 pounds. Typically I'm catching somewhere between 2 to 4 pounds, sometimes a 5 or 6 pound catfish. When I'm catching a panfish like a bluegill or a crappie, you're not catching anything over a pound. They just don't get that big, so the fillets are going to be smaller. Another reason that catfishing is better is because of the techniques you use. It's a lot easier to catfish, and I think it makes for a better time. Pan fishing, you need to worry about exactly where you're casting. Make sure there's good structure underneath, that it's in a warm area, and that the water is warm. Or with catfishing, catfish will bite in almost any condition. They will hang out in shallow water, deep water, warm water, and cold water. And there isn't much presentation needed when fishing for them. You cast out there and you let it sit, the lure. However, pan fishing, the lure needs to be jerked around a little bit or have some kind of movement in order to attract the panfish. Catfishing is a lot easier for those reasons. Another reason would be because of the bait that you use. With catfishing, there is two types of bait you can use. You could use live cut bait, or you could use stink bait. Cut bait is using smaller fish as bait, whereas stink bait is putting a lure on the end and then covering it in a peanut butter consistency of a bait. And then you just cast it out there and the catfish will bite onto it, and then you reel them in from there. However, with pan fishing, there's a number of ways. You can use wax worms, red worms, earthworms. You can use minnows and different types of power baits and imitation baits. You can also use like crankbaits and spinner baits. All of those they're a lot more to keep track of and a lot harder to maintain. Whereas stink bait is in a bucket, it's one thing, and it's a lot easier to contain and keep track of. So overall, catfishing is much better than pan fishing for these reasons, and that is why I believe all my friends should be as addicted to catfishing as I am. Thank you for listening to my speech. This has been my persuasive speech.
Pretty tough, really.